What's going on, guys? Welcome to For the Fans, Big Brother Challenge Edition. My name is Kevin, and I'm here with CJ, and we're here to talk about Big Brother 27, and what has been going on in this Big Brother house. It is week 8 recap. We are the 5 PMers. Join us in the chat. Make sure you, before we talk about the chat, make sure you like and subscribe. And that way you can catch us every Monday at 7 p.m. as we get through the rest of this season. Because we have a few more weeks left as we get through this season. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join us in the chat. We have people in the chat all the time. CJ, I know it's Monday Night Football. This is the newest time here. How you been, dog?
I've been watching Big Brother, and I'm really glad that football season is back because I'm ready to stop watching Big Brother.
I'm ready to put a wrap on this season, man. This season has not been good.
This season is, and we're going to talk about it, but this season is racing towards mafia territory.
It is getting bad. What up, Tasha? Good to see you. It is good. It is good to see you here in the chat. It is like you said, Tasha. It's so sad. It's so sad. It's rough. It is rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. The feeds have been boring. They're bored in the house.
So
it's house and I'm in the house bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored.
It's funny because this is the first week I would say that I have not watched any feeds. And it started with the feeds not coming back up on Friday morning after Thursday's elimination. And then I started reading about what happened and how the noms were made and the veto winners, which we'll all talk about when we get to spoilers. But it makes me feel like I don't need to watch because they're like, you know how when they get down to like 5, they give them like playing cards and coloring books to entertain themselves because there's not a whole lot to do in the house.
We're there at 8.
We're there at 8. Yeah.
We're there at 8. It's crazy, man, because like there was no episode on Sunday because of, I don't know, football.
The VMAs.
I think the VMAs. Okay, so the VMAs were airing, so there was no episode on Sunday, and
so we're gonna get the triple threat episodes this week. So we're gonna get tomorrow. Will be our typical Sunday episode. Then we're still getting our 90-minute Wednesday episode. And then we're going to have the Thursday elimination episode. And like, I'm not going to lie, I didn't watch Unlocked because I don't care for Unlocked.
And Unlocked, you know what? It's not Unlocked's fault. From what I hear, Taylor and Derek are doing the best they can with what they got.
It's too long. Unlocked needs to be a half-hour show.
I like Taylor. I like Derek. They had Lance Bassel on this past week. They're doing what they can. They had Boston Rob on before. The Chelsea's on like every other week.
Mm-hmm.
Or every other week because I guess the show's on every other week. So they're doing what they can. They have compelling winners. They have good people on there. I think they should have it every season, but probably like a half-hour show. I like the idea.
If Unlocked was the first 30 minutes of the Wednesday episode, I would probably like it a lot more.
Like a pre-show.
Yeah, like when they did it on the Sunday, when they did it as a tie-in a couple weeks ago, I think it made a lot of sense. It was short and sweet. We didn't get a lot of fluff. Because the problem with Unlocked is you get a lot of fluff. And you get like, the people that are coming in aren't always the sharpest when they're talking about the game. Not that, Derek has the best takes either. And then you have the fluff stuff that we normally get deeper into the season where they like on the elimination episodes on Thursdays, we used to get like the visits with the family.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting stuff like that on Unlocked. I don't need to see all that. Like, just give me a little bit of game analysis.
It feels more podcasty than TV show. And that's kind of like, that's what you kind of get, which is why it's great for like a pre-show, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you kind of get on the Friday episode. So it's cool. Let's jump into these topics because I'm not gonna lie, tonight's show might be a little quicker than we normally do because we're gonna kind of get to the spoilers because there was no episode, but we're gonna kind of blaze through the Wednesday and Thursday episodes because we talk about it in the spoilers, and we know, let's be real, you guys stick around for the spoilers, so let's just really talk about it. Let's start off with Morgan's veto. Because as we know, Keanu put up Vince, Morgan, and Mickey because the real plan was to send one of them home. Real plan was to send Morgan home. Vince was doing his blubbering and stumbling and all that bull. But Morgan fucked up the plan.
Can we talk about, because, Keanu's plan of like, Morgan will use the veto on you, and then we'll tell her that we're going to put up Lauren, but then we'll put up Ashley. And I'm like, and Morgan asking, well, why don't you just put up Ashley then? But also, Morgan with the, you told me I was your target, so why would I give the veto away?
Yeah, and that was great, right? So Morgan wins the veto. And then it becomes what should we do now that Morgan wins the veto? Because when Morgan was the target, Keanu needed a new plan, right?
Yeah.
Because that's like literally, I couldn't think of nothing else. So that was segment 1, 2. We must say Keanu, and then also 3, Keanu's decision. So all 3 segments were this one thing.
I mean, you say this, and I'm not trying to make fun of you, but like, we're recapping 2 segments of Thursday's show because we have nothing, because there was no Sunday episode.
Yeah, and I hate Vince. I hate Vince. Vince is, if I had an ally like Vince, I don't need any other allies. I don't know how else to say it.
You don't need enemies either.
Like, if Chad, help me out here. If I ever had an ally that actively was working against me, what kind of ally is that? Why would my ally try to convince me to put me on, to give them the veto so that way I can maybe go home? What kind of ally is that?
And it's funny because, like, if you're in Ava's position or you're in Will's position where anyone sitting next to you is probably going home, then you think about it. But if I'm Morgan, and again, the HOH told me I'm the target, why would I give up the veto?
Right. And this is the real situation, right? Because as CJ said, the whole thing becomes a situation. As Mary said, an unemployed one. That's the kind of ally that is. That is true. The situation is fraught because the person that can go up is Lauren. And that's the real decision. Now, Rachel tells Keanu, as we know, Keanu doesn't listen to any women, but she tells him, do you think Lauren will turn on you? And he says, no. The survey says he's wrong. But that's the reason he doesn't do it, because he thinks that he knows better and that Ashley will be safe regardless, which she will be.
Yep.
He decides that he's going to try to turn the votes against her, which won't be able to happen unless Mickey comes off the block, because apparently Mickey says that she will vote out Ashley, because I don't know if she really would. She says it after the fact, but who knows? Like,
I mean, Mickey was just telling people whatever they needed to hear because she was trying to save herself.
No, I don't really know. She said on Unlocked that she would have done it too. I don't know what Mickey's telling, when Mickey's telling the truth, when she's lying. I don't know what Mickey be saying shit. I'm
glad she's gone. She was terrible.
I'm like low key really glad she's gone too, and we're gonna talk about that more in a minute. But like, when Mickey was on the block, she was everyone's target, but Keanu had to decide who to put up there, because if they put up Lauren, they're going to push to send Lauren home if she doesn't win the competition. And I think that there's a good chance that Mickey wins the competition and they can get Lauren out of here.
So, Keanu hasn't been doing the math all season. He's just been living on vibes like most of the house. But if you know that it's you and Kelly and Lauren, versus the world, and you think you have Vince, there's still 9 people, which means you don't vote, and you only vote in the event of a tie. Or no, you don't vote because we were at 10. So you wouldn't vote, and they only need 4 votes, and you have 2 allies, and you're about to put one of those allies on the block, which means you don't control the vote. Why would you ever put her up?
It doesn't make sense. Really, Keanu, with us going into jury, Keanu should have just really locked in with Rachel and Ashley, because then he has the numbers, but he didn't think about that. And that's what's weird to me.
How many people in the house are actually thinking?
And that's what's hard about this season. Because the concept of playing with your numbers hasn't really worked.
And we've talked about this many a week. I don't know how much of this has to do with them trying to figure out how to play the game with the advent of the blockbuster, and how much of this has to do with them just being stupid.
Yeah.
And I don't mean stupid. I mean, like, some of them are actually dumb, but game stupid.
It's been really, like, we talked about how bad it is, but it's been a problem because
yes,
the game itself is breaking around them, even in spite of their bad decision making, right? Because Keanu, Keanu's the only like rootable one, and that's even just kinda.
That's the thing. I wasn't rooting for Keanu until Keanu won HOH, and then he made the proper game move. And I'm not even happy that, like, I'm not happy with him because he put up Morgan, but I am happy that he put up Vinny and Mickey.
But then it became like we must save Vinny at all costs,
which then made me turn my back on him immediately. But then, like, I also kind of want to defend him because I didn't like how Ashley and Rachel were, like, gaslighting him, saying that he was yelling at them and stuff. Like, the whole thing, it just, I didn't care. Morgan was off the block. I was good.
Morgan's safe. Carry on.
Yeah, like, do what you got to do.
I'm going to go sit over here.
Yeah.
And so Ashley goes up. And now, I mean, undoubtedly at this point, Mickey or Vince are going home. Like this, Ashley was safe regardless.
Well, yeah, because Rachel controlled the vote. So it was just, are we sending home Mickey or are we sending home Vinny?
Yeah. And it's funny because, like, what was happening in the house on the feeds was that they were going to try to flip the vote for Mickey. And then once they heard that Mickey was going to give a vote to Vince, they were like, nah, fuck it. We're going to take out Mickey.
Yeah.
And everybody told Mickey that Mickey was safe. And Mickey believed it. She believed she had the votes because they thought that she wouldn't go hard in the competition, and that led to the McViction. Because
the Mictator is gone.
The Mictator, she looked like she didn't go that hard in that comp. In that BB Blockbuster.
Was it that she didn't go that hard, or did Vinny just have a better strategy?
Both.
The one thing that I will say about the blockbusters is similar to what we talked about. They continue to be competitions that anybody can win, so I don't have a problem with how they work.
Yeah. It's funny because if she wins that, then she claims that she was going to vote out Ashley. But that's post eviction.
I don't believe anything Mickey says, so cool.
Especially because, like, this is after she found out she was getting voted out. After she found out how she got voted out, right? Yeah. So who knows what's real, what's fake? Chat, do you guys believe that she would have actually voted out Ashley do you guys think that she would have voted out Vince? Let me know what you guys think. I think she would have voted out Vince.
I think she would have voted out Vinny too. I think Mickey would have done what Rachel wanted when the time came.
Right. Especially because the math doesn't math, because she claims that if she had voted out, she would have voted out Ashley so she could have got closer to Will and Rachel. But if you vote out Ashley, you're not getting closer to Will and Rachel. Like, right. That's not how that works.
So, and this kind of goes back to, let's circle back to this on spoilers, or can we just go to spoilers? Because
we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there in a minute, but let's finish with the Mickey stuff.
Because like, I don't understand the whole like, I need to cut this person so I can get closer to this person, but by cutting that person, you're alienating the person you're trying to get closer to.
Correct. like if you like, if that person now, because if that person goes, but not by your hand, you can pull them in. That's true.
But like,
but this if goes that back person to the... goes and you're a part of making that happen, they then know they can't trust you.
But like, this goes to Keanu. I want to get rid of Morgan so that maybe I can get Vinny back to my side, but Vinny keeps burning you, and now this Jezebel, this harlot that you say is controlling his game, you're kicking her out, who he's close with. So why would he come running to you?
CJ, I'm going to do you one better. Vince, I want you to work closer to me, so I'm going to get rid of Morgan. I'm telling you to your face.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, and yet it's the perfect thing that, like, it's the kind of thing Vinny would do because it's Vinny.
Like, not only do I want this to happen, I'm telling you why I'm doing it and what I'm doing to pull you in closer. How is that going to work? Why would that person come closer to you?
Right. It doesn't make sense.
I would never come closer to you. I could never trust you.
Yeah.
You just told me you got out my best friend because you wanted to pull me in closer. Well, I'm not going to work with you.
Hey Kevin, you got rid of I want to take out your best friend so that I can be your best friend.
That's not how you become my best friend.
What if you just become a better friend?
Just become a better friend. Just become friends with both of us.
Also, Sheldon, if you play Big Brother with me and Kevin, we'll figure it out at 3.
Yeah. Yeah, we get down to 3.
Because real talk, when we get to 3, if I think Kevin is going to beat me in jury, I would send him home. And I would expect the same from him.
Sheldon, we played games before, Sheldon. You know how loyal I am.
Yeah.
You know how loyal I am. But like Tasha says here, right here, just don't tell them your plan. That's the move. That's the
move. You know, when you put it that way, it actually sounds like a good idea. I never thought of that before, not telling them my plan.
It's a foolproof situation. But for Keanu to sit Vinny down and say, I want Morgan gone. And I'm putting you up because I know you'll save her. So I need her gone. I'm putting you next to her to make sure she goes.
The last couple of weeks, I clocked that Keanu is sexist pretty early on. And it's one of those sexists where, like, I don't think he realizes that he's sexist. Like, I don't think he intends to be. He just doesn't listen to / trust women. Okay, whatever. But also, recently I've noticed, I don't think this dude is capable of keeping a thought to himself.
Also true.
He just says whatever's on his mind to whoever happens to be listening. Not good for your game in this house.
This is true. This is all factual.
Yeah.
This is all factual. And we're watching it happen all the time. it's funny because as you're watching Keanu play, I think you're right. I don't think it's intentional at all. I think that is just his natural demeanor because it seems when it's brought to his attention, he seems remorseful.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like people tell him things and then he goes to Vinny and corroborates it. But it's like I don't think he's going to realize it's a problem until he gets out of the house because he's still in game mode right now. And I hope somebody talks to him outside of the house and is like, you need to reevaluate how you treat people. And I don't mean like he's a dick or anything like that, because I think he's pretty genuine, or at least from what I've seen on TV. I think he's genuine in who he is as a person, but I think he needs to present himself a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
And like it would be one thing if he was in his mid-20s, but like he's in his mid-30s.
Yeah, I agree. Mickey's post-game press has been wild. She's still delusional. She was running the game till she wasn't. No one's really checked her in the post-game, so it's fine. They're just letting her like live her life. I don't think we'll see Mickey again, but if we do, it'll be like on House of Villains. House of Villains, probably.
So here's the thing. 4. I don't think Mickey will go on House of Villains because Mickey doesn't think she's a villain.
I think Mickey will go on House of Villains because she'll get called and then she'll realize that she is a villain and being on TV is what she's cool to do. She'll just be like, okay, cool, I can be on TV.
Maybe. We'll see.
All right. I told you all it's going to be a short episode. We're getting into spoilers because spoilers is really where this show is going to be at, because I got a lot to say about spoilers because this has been a crazy few days.
And we haven't seen any of it.
Yes, yeah. So like the spoilers is where we're living. If you don't want to know what's happening, if you want to wait till tomorrow, take off now. Thanks for coming. Make sure you like and subscribe. Join us. We'll be back on Monday to talk about all 3 episodes and probably the Sunday, because there will be a Sunday episode. So we'll talk about
probably
all 4 episodes. Yeah. Join us on Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. Yada, yada, yada. Like and subscribe, all those good stuff. If you're leaving now, we'll have a much longer episode come Monday. If you're sticking around, we're ready to get into it. Bye.
Man,
if you're leaving,
I thought they'd never leave.
No, they're going. Okay, they're gone. They're gone. Say it again.
Man, I thought they'd never leave. Cool.
Perfect.
See ya.
Okay. So the show's changed. It's a different show. We're playing a different game. We have entered Big Brother: The Challenge.
Big. It's like they brought reindeer games into Big Brother proper.
It's the challenge. It's literally the challenge. We're in the spoiler section. Rachel is gone. Rachel is out the house. Rachel has been eliminated.
Which, by the way, is this news to anybody? And I
don't know if it is. I doubt it. Everybody's tapped in. If you're watching the podcast, you're probably tapped in. Rachel has been eliminated from the game. For those that don't know, on Friday, the feeds went down. And by the way, Rachel's eliminated, and none of this was on feeds. We didn't see a second of this. We don't know exactly how it happened. We don't know what's going on. Juan in the chat said it's not the challenge. They're not doing stunts. It's like reindeer game. The reason I say it's a challenge is, and let me tell you why it's a challenge, because apparently they're going home due to competitions, and
it's like a purge.
This is what they think. So this is what they think, at least. So from piecing together what they talked about, there was a safety competition that happened. First, Ava won the competition. After Ava won the competition, she got to choose who went first in a safety chain situation. Apparently, the story has changed a bit, but Rachel touched her arm, and then it's changed as she grabbed her arm. Now she jerked her arm. I don't know, but Rachel touched her in some fashion.
Essentially, Ava was mad at Rachel for touching her, so she wasn't going to pick her.
So she decided not to pick her. She then picked Vinny. Vinny then picked, instead of picking Morgan, who Morgan thought she would pick.
I thought Morgan picked Vinny.
No. Ava picked Vinny. Vinny picks Lauren, obviously.
Yes.
That makes Morgan mad. But Vinny picks Lauren under the instruction that if he picks Lauren, she has to pick Morgan. She picks Lauren. Lauren goes next. Lauren picks Morgan. Morgan picks Rachel. What they had to do was just like in reindeer games, they had to do some puzzle, and the puzzle has to they have to complete some puzzle with some hamster wheel thing. Rachel doesn't complete the puzzle in the time, therefore Rachel gets eliminated.
So from what I read, because again, we're piecing this together online. So can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right, I disconnected for a second. All right, so from what I read, Morgan picked Vinny. Vinny picked Lauren. Lauren picks Kelly. Kelly picks Keanu. So all of these people go before Rachel. And similar to reindeer games, as you pick the next person, the time to complete the task goes down. So originally, the plan was to make Keanu have the least amount of time to do it. And we never got there. It ended up being Rachel.
No, because that's what I heard originally early from as this pieced together over the weekend. It sounds as if Ava, Vinny, Lauren, Morgan. Because after that, only those people got to then compete in the HOH competition.
Also, can we talk about how if Ava hates Vinny, why did Ava pick Vinny first? Like, the moves that we're talking about are just terrible.
So it then gets crazier, right? Because Ava's reasoning has changed multiple times as to why she picked Vinny.
Remember when we liked Ava? That was like
and then
6 days ago.
Yeah, and then now Vinny, she said because she knew Vinny would pick Lauren, yada yada yada. Ava also has decided to vilify Rachel constantly and consistently over the weekend because she is trying to cope with the fact, as Mary said, she's trying to cope with the fact that she put Rachel in this position because Rachel wanted to go first.
Yes.
Because she wanted to keep herself safe because unlike everyone else, Rachel has watched this fucking show.
I mean, Lauren has watched it.
So we're going to see exactly how much time Rachel had, but Rachel ends up going home due to a competition. 60 days in, Rachel went home due to a competition.
So Rachel comes back, is target number one, according to the house. Everyone decides they want her to make jury. Rachel sees no votes and still goes home. And goes home first to jury. Doesn't even go home. Goes to jury.
Mm-hmm. Due to a competition. And so that's why I say, so Juan earlier said, not the challenge. The reason I say the challenge, because from what they're talking about in the house, what they understand, and they may be incorrect, they think, oh, by the way, guys, the Blockbuster's still here. So there's still 3 nominees.
I was waiting to get to that.
So there's still 3 nominees. And so there's a veto and then a Blockbuster competition. And the house guests, from what they're understanding, they may be incorrect. There will be another competition. Another person will be eliminated. And then there will be another week of the Blockbuster.
And just to jump in real quick, I don't think they're wrong, because if we're still doing the blockbuster, we don't have enough time to run a double eviction.
Correct. So if they do this, they still get rid of the people in the time. So then all that matters is who wins challenges. And since all that matters is who wins challenges, your social game doesn't matter.
Yep.
Because challenges is all that matters, and who can win them is all that matters.
And this is how we get the Mafia making Final 3.
CJ, how did your life change for the better when you joined the Mafia with Matt and Jag and I?
Anyway.
So
we move on to the HOH competition.
So the people that competed in the HOH competition were at least Vinny, Morgan, and Lauren. I don't know if Ava competed or not. I don't know if she got just safety or what, but even if she did, there was only 4 people competing. Juan said he didn't like Rachel. She can go, but let's be honest, production really messed up their timing. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't like Kelly. Even if Kelly went home like this, I'm cool with Kelly going, but I don't like Kelly going like this.
Yeah, so this is the thing. It's like, it could have been Rachel. It could have been Morgan. It could have been Vinny. It could have been Keanu. It could have been anyone, and I'd still be upset, because this feels like who comes up with this combobulated twist? Jeff Probst. This feels like Survivor Do or Die, which I also hated.
Yes.
You pick a box, and then you hope that you don't have a skull in a box. And if you have a skull in a box, you go home. You're taking their game out of their own hands and leaving it up to, chance, essentially. I have to be aligned with the right people to get picked early, which is social, yes. But if I can't complete this task in a certain amount of time, even if I get picked early, I still go home. I hate that.
And Sheldon, I don't know if Sheldon's still here in the chat. When we covered BB Can 10, in BB Can 10, they did a safety chain, which was great. But the last 2 people went on the block. That works.
Yes.
That works to me. Because the last 2 people go on the block, and then they can fight for their lives and all the same shit. That works to me. If you do this competition, and if you don't do it in the time, you're automatically on the block. That makes sense. And then the HOH has to come up with 2 other nominees. All that works. But for you to go home, wild. That's crazy. That's not okay.
Yeah.
It's unfair. And then on top of that, as Mary says in the chat, people didn't even get to play in the HOH for their own safety. Will and Ashley and Kelly didn't even get to play in the HOH. So Lauren is the only one playing with Vince and Morgan, and that's it.
Yes.
And this is what it was. Yes. In BB Can 10, the last 3 people compete for a veto, and the losing 2, Jess and Gino, they faced the vote. That's what happened. Right? They went on the block. That's how that went down in BB Can. It made sense because of the safety chain.
People shouldn't go home on competitions. You need to get voted out.
Big Brother. You have to get voted out. Juan's right here in the chat. This is exactly what it is. This is like Siri getting eliminated on Survivor because of Advantage Getting. This is crazy.
But even with Siri going out with Advantage Getting, I wasn't as upset as I am by this, because advantages had been a part of the game for a while at that point, and everyone just happened to have one. Versus this is a game design issue. I don't think Siri was a game design issue. It was an unfortunate set of circumstances because of the way the game is designed. That everyone just happened to have a way to get past that vote, except for her. Versus you're designing the game.
Decision. This is a production decision.
Correct.
This is a production decision because like we were saying, anyone could have got this. This could have happened to anyone, and this is ridiculous.
And we've been standing Rachel for the last few weeks, but this has nothing to do with us standing Rachel. We are mad about how they structured this.
If Vince went home like this, I'm also pissed, and I hate Vince.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not mad Vince left. I'm mad at how Vince left.
Because Vince shit needs to be voted out like everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what's crazy about this, is that you have to be voted out in this game. That's why Big Brother is played like this. So for this to happen this way is wild. So then we then go right into the HOH competition. There's only 3 people competing in the HOH: Morgan, Vinny, Lauren. Jury is out if Morgan threw this thing.
Yeah.
Not sure. We know Vince did. So only Lauren's competing in the HOH competition. Lauren wins. Lauren then puts up 2 people that didn't compete in the HOH competition, in Ashley and Will.
Yep.
And she puts up Morgan.
Bad optics. Just putting it out there.
Optics are bad, but there's only so many people left in the house.
Yeah, this isn't like whatever. It's not like when Riley was making his noms and we were like, you can't make that nomination. But,
yeah,
like there's only so many people left. Yeah, you got to. I get it, but you still should have put up Vinny.
Vinny, she's along with Vinny, and that's also crazy, right? So she puts up 2 people that didn't even compete, can't even compete in the thing. And they couldn't even play for HOH. And she puts up Morgan. The feeds come back on, and Morgan's crying to Vinny, saying, I trusted her. You told me we could trust her. And she put me up. You cut to, I'm trying to figure out who went home. You cut to Kelly pacing. So you're like, immediately it's down to Keanu, Lauren, or Rachel, because you hear Morgan crying in the room with Vinny, and he's like consoling her, and she's like, "You said we could trust her."
Yeah,
and like you're trying to figure out who the person is. Ava, Will, and Ashley are chilling, and Kelly is pacing because she's waiting for her clothes, and you're like, "Okay, those guys are there." They mention Keanu. They mention Lauren, and that's when you realize, oh shit, Rachel's gone. This is wild. Keanu's looking at the wall and saying, it wasn't supposed to be like this. Me and you were supposed to be in the final 2. I was supposed to beat you in the final 2. This is crazy that you're gone like this. It wasn't supposed to be like this. You got taken out in a competition. This is unfair. This is not fair. Throughout the weekend, every person has mentioned it's unfair that you got taken out in a competition. Ava's been trying to justify to herself how this is Rachel's own fault that she got taken out in a competition because she touched her.
And this is why we've talked. I don't know if we've ever talked about this on the show, but you and I have talked about this in real life, that they don't call Big Brother a game show. It's a social experiment, because there's so much producer manipulation. But this feels way more blatant than before. Because like, as all of you guys in the chat, you're all hardcore watchers. You're watching a podcast right now. We haven't had an episode all week. You're a hardcore fan. You know that production manipulation happens in the diary rooms, where they try to guide them to do certain things. You see it on this, you see it on The Bachelor, you see it on The Challenge. Like, it is what it is. This still feels out of line compared to everything I've ever seen on this show.
Mm-hmm. And like Juan says right here, it's a game design issue. It's a production issue. There shouldn't be this many advantages or crazy twists that are unnecessary. And that's the truth. This is a game flaw. And and mind you, this cast already sucked, right?
Yeah.
The cast was already doing poor shit. So then you add, then the game says, let me also break as the game and do some shit that we haven't done before. And Rachel was bad at a puzzle. She had a bad day in a competition. So she goes home because of a bad day in a game? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then now, because of that, the rest of them didn't even get to go compete in the HOH competition? That's also crazy. So,
and like, because we're jumping ahead and we've already talked about the nominees. So Lauren wins. She puts up Morgan, Ashley, and Will. Lauren is doing this because Morgan is also her target, the same way that Morgan was Keanu's target last week, because she wants to get rid of Vinny's perceived number one so that she could be Vinny's number one. This dude has burned you so many times. Why are you trying to work with him?
Correct. Morgan is convinced that if she doesn't win, she's going home, which is correct.
Correct.
And Vince is like, no, you can trust her. She's gonna be fine. Morgan, when her back's against the wall, that athlete comes out, and it does once again. We get BB Comics, and lo and behold, Morgan pulls it out. She wins BB Comics.
Also, I hope to see you all next week because we will be dissecting each BB comic one by one.
Best believe we will have every single comic up here, and we're going to be breaking them down each comic. That's the truth. Because that's what we do here. But when Morgan wins BB Comics, Keanu didn't even get to play. So Keanu was going to be the replacement nom. Keanu didn't play in the veto. He didn't even get a chance in the HOH. Mind you, the outgoing HOH. But apparently, because of the nature of the competition, he would have been able to play. Because of the nature of this competition, you can be HOH back-to-back, which is also a break in the fucking game.
Yeah.
Another flaw in the fucking system. Fly in the ointment. It's a mistake. It's a problem.
So, if we're getting these competitions and you could have back-to-back HOHs, this very much sets up another Jag, Matt, Bowie situation where they can just trade HOHs for the back half of a season.
Yes.
And we have talked about how that season was horrible for that very reason.
Yes. Exactly. I
don't have anything else to say. Just, it sucks.
And so, with this being the case, Keanu is the replacement nom. Now, mind you, like we just said, someone said in the chat, Keanu has been wanting to work with Lauren all season. He has shown commitment to the people he wants to work with. None of them have shown commitment to Keanu. Last week, Keanu kept Lauren safe. Rachel told him, "Are you sure that this person won't betray you?" He said, "Nah, fam, she good." Vince, who has never, ever actually had Lauren's back.
Or Keanu's.
None of them. Somehow weaseled his way out of being the person put up. And once again, Keanu is the one that is going on the block with Ashley and Will. And if Ashley somehow wins the blockbuster, Keanu's going home.
Yep.
And is going to go sit with Rachel. How this happened, I don't know.
Also, side note, apparently Will hurt his leg during BB Comics.
Yeah. He's bandaged up.
Yeah.
He's not hurt anymore. He's injured now.
Yeah. So, like, now, today, after the renom ceremony, there's been some talk about, well, maybe we need to get Will up out of here because he can't compete anyway.
Because this is a competition show now.
Yes.
So all we're thinking about is people that can't compete.
Yeah.
The
So it's
reason
like,
Keanu's a big target is because he's dangerous in competitions.
yeah, like Keanu's trying to manifest TJ showing up and being like, you can't compete, so we're sending you home.
That's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, thanks for coming out, Will. We'll see you on down the road.
Yep.
That's what, clap, and everybody claps. Everybody stands there and they clap,
Yeah.
just like they do up there. Then that's when they stand there and say, we brought in a dog, we brought in someone, and that's when Zach comes running back out. We brought back out Zach. They come out here to compete. That's when Zach comes running back in the house. He has the windbreaker on. The front of his shirt says Zach, like right here. And then Lauren's like happy and she's smiling. That's what happens. That's how you do Big Brother, the challenge.
It's ridiculous. It is so ridiculous.
It's crazy how we got here. It's crazy because this is not how the show is supposed to go.
Nah.
And I love Big Brother because of the social aspect, but they have proven over this last week the social aspect doesn't matter. It doesn't matter so much so that none of them are even doing anything socially game-wise anymore. They're just sitting and doing nothing. Earlier today, Ashley and Keanu had a conversation, and Keanu said, "This place sucks." And Ashley said, "It's no different than last week." And he said, "Nah, at least last week I could talk to Rachel, and she was entertaining." And then she's like, "Yeah, that's true." And Keanu said, "She was like my TV in here." And she's like, "Yeah, that was fun." Then she said, "Well, at least one of us will go get to hang out with Rachel." And he said, "That's true. One of us will get up out of here and go get to spend time with her."
It's funny because, like, we talked about why, like, at the beginning of the episode, we were talking about how they weren't doing anything. Now, with the benefit of spoilers, which I'm sure all of you knew already, this is why they're not doing anything. Because just like the challenge, they sit around and they wait for a competition, and then they do the daily, and then they go drink, and then they vote, which will be Thursday's episode, and then they sit around and wait for the next daily.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do on the challenge. Like, legitimately, that's what they do on the challenge. Because there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. You just sit there because you're just waiting. Because there's no social game. There's no need for a social game.
I mean, like, there is a social game in the sense that, like, I'm looking out for my peoples, which, if it's another safety chain comp, you can look out for your peoples, because Morgan needs to fucking dump Vince, because in a safety chain, he picks Lauren, which blows up the judges. And if you're blowing up the judges, which Morgan had gone all in on, he did not go all in on, and he has now punted numbers. Why would you ever punt numbers?
Because he had the other numbers.
But he doesn't. That's the thing.
Lauren's proven that she's got him. Kelly doesn't give a fuck. Ava thought, by the way, Ava thought she was winning America's Favorite Player. She thinks Rachel's a villain.
No.
Nah. I know we were Will for America's Favorite Player. At this point, we're switching campaigns. We're officially endorsing Rachel.
Real talk, based on what we know from show only watchers, because I have some show only watcher friends out there, I think Keanu might win America's Favorite Player.
Keanu or Rachel. I'm cool with either one, because they're the only people playing the fucking game, man. They're the only ones that play the game this season.
So
this is ridiculous.
Like, just sidebar, from talking to people who are show only, it's very evident that America loves an underdog. And after Tucker winning last year, and we on the pod, if you listened last year, you know we hated Tucker, but Tucker was viewed as an underdog because he was constantly being targeted. And Keanu kind of is getting the same edit where he's constantly being targeted. And the show only people are like, I don't get why he's constantly being targeted. Watch the feeds. You will understand why he is constantly being targeted, because he's not an underdog. He just kind of sucks.
But he's loyal, though. That's what's crazy, is that he is crazy loyal.
Yes.
To his people, but they are not loyal to him.
Well, because they don't like him because of how he treats them.
But he don't even treat them badly. Like, he hadn't treated Lauren poorly at all. He hadn't treated Kelly poorly at all.
I mean, he's treated them poorly in the sense that, like, is that unacknowledged sexist behavior.
He hadn't done anything sexist to Kelly or Lauren.
It's
like,
how he it's how he interacts with them. He hasn't been outwardly sexist, but like there's just an underlying sexism in how he interacts with them.
He wasn't to Vince.
Nah, Vince sucks.
Yeah, he wasn't to Riley.
Yeah, but they didn't like Riley nor Vince like Keanu. I don't know why.
That's what I'm saying. Like they didn't just try to work with. He thought he was in these alliances, and like you said, and like Tasha says in the chat, he wasn't loyal to Rachel. He should have been. And when he watches it back, I don't just think I know that Keanu will be a friend of Rachel and Brentel's friend for the rest of his life.
Do you think if Keanu
he's gonna watch this back and he's gonna be like, I fucked up bad.
But do you think if Keanu, instead of only seeing clips of Rachel, if he had actually seen her seasons, he would have aligned with her?
Yes.
Because they are both extremely loyal.
Yeah. Yeah. They're I mean, Ava was correct that they're the same, they're two sides of the same coin.
Yeah.
And Rachel was right to try to work with him because that was the type of person she needed. And her strong social game, because she had a strong social game. Yep. Her, Ashley, Will, Keanu, Mickey, and Morgan could have did damage if they could have came together.
Yep.
Keanu would have had to cut the people that he wanted to work with because they were not good for his game because they were never really trying to work with him. But those six could have did damage. Because him and Morgan could have been the tanks in the front.
Yep.
Rachel and Ashley could have done the work in the back. And then Will had the social game on lock.
Based on where we are you ready to power rank?
You know what? You know what? I'm not, because this season, Kelly's going to win this game.
Why?
Ashley said today that if Kelly and Lauren are in the end, she's voting for Kelly.
It's funny because throughout the course of the season, we have talked about how Kelly is drawing dead. But with the advent of this becoming a competition show, if competitions are the only thing that matters and Kelly's at the end, I think Kelly might need to win.
Kelly's going to win, and I'm going to flip this table over. And when Kelly wins the show, this instantly becomes the worst season of Big Brother. And Kelly is a worse winner than Jordan Lloyd, and everyone gets an F.
Is Kelly a worse winner than Jag?
Yeah. If Kelly wins,
because Jag got voted out of the game.
If Kelly wins, the award show loses.
Yes. Kelly winning would actually be the worst thing that ever happened to Big Brother non-racist division.
Yeah, yeah.
And I say that from the sense that Tucker walked so Kelly could run. And we talked about how much we disliked Tucker in the house. And Kelly came in and tried to play a Tucker game. And she didn't even know that people were watching the feeds 24/7. And when she found that out, she started behaving differently, which means we're going to be getting more people like Kelly who are not actually fans of the game, that are committing chaos for chaos sake. And it's going to ruin the show.
They already ruined it by making it the challenge.
But we can come back from
it's the challenge, as Juan said earlier, it's the challenge without people jumping from buses and explosions.
If we're going to do that, then bring in some buses and explosions.
Give me buses, give me explosions, give me Tory Deal, give me Johnny Bananas.
Yeah.
And just make
You can bring Josh back. Challenge. Josh is doing the challenge all the time. Josh is down to come back to Big Brother. Bring back Josh and Casey, like whatever. Also, give me a spelling bee where they're hanging over some height with water, because I want to know how well they spell. If we're doing the challenge, let's do the challenge. Give me trivia, give me spelling, give me all that.
If we're doing the challenge, let's do the challenge.
Oh, I'm
Like,
so irritated.
it's a fucking shame. And I so I, the hard part is I love Big Brother because I love it for the social gameplay. I love the social. I love social strategy games, and this has been sad. This has just been sad, and I don't know how we got here. And as Juan said earlier, this is a game decision.
And like you said, I don't know how we got here. As much as we talked about the cast just sucking, the game was fine.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
like they actually started playing the game a couple of weeks ago. With for
Yes.
like I would say the game started being played with Ava's HOH. The game really started being played with Rachel's HOH. And then now you're just taking the game out of their hands. It sucks. Also, can we talk about the fact that it looks like we're going to have the blockbuster through the end of the season, which, as we talked about the blockbuster early in the season, the blockbuster is great before jury, but once you get to jury, just put two people on the block because that requires a level of gameplay as far as backdooring people, making sure you're working with the right people, and being able to control the game that has been completely removed with these competitions. And even if you didn't have the competitions, the blockbuster still, there's too many variables once you get to jury.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need all those variables then. I need the variables earlier in the game so that when a perceived comp beast at 14, they're talking about, well, let's take them out now. They have a way to save themselves. I don't have a problem with you backdooring a comp beast at 8.
Right. Right. Make it so that way backdoors are available.
Yeah, because as of right now, Keanu got quote unquote backdoored, but he didn't because he still gets to play in the blockbuster.
This is just a shame. Kelly's gonna win this fucking game, and the award show's gonna lose, and then we're in the darkest time. We're already in the darkest timeline, and it just gets worse from here. Madam CEO, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for enjoying us. This is the darkest timeline. I
Also,
don't know.
We don't even need Dofika's chart because they're not playing the game.
I didn't go get it because this game doesn't. What alliances, right? What alliances do we need? Who needs an alliance when you have a hamster wheel, right? Who needs an alliance? Do you know who's not aligned with the hamster wheel? Rachel. That's who's not aligned with the wheel.
It's wild.
Thank you for joining us. Next week we'll tell you who got eliminated again. Please like and subscribe. We'll be back next week at 7 p.m. Oh, but at least this week, at least next week, we will be able to go through the BB comics. That is a bright spot. We'll be able to break down the comics. We're gonna break down each and every one because we do love to do that.
Yo.
So we will be here to do that. So join us for that. Coming to you from outside of the challenge house. Good night. We'll see you on down the road. Good night.
Peace.